electronic media.
Hello, CQ. CQ, the old friend's net. This is W4MEC calling CQ. CQ, the old friend's net. The old friends meet 3 times a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 a.m. Sundays at 5 p.m. Frequency is always 3715 plus or minus vintage gear. The old friend's net is carried out in amplitude modulation mode only, and as long as you can generate an AM signal, you're welcome to join. It's also in the roundtable format. I will take check-ins a couple times throughout the net and check people in. It's a great place to look for gear, sell something, buy something, or maybe get some information you need for something you're working on. So, for those wishing to participate today, please give W4MEC a call and come out.
Good morning, Mr. Charlie, WA4LLR.
N4LQ.
K. KN4R.
WB4NKL. W4DCS.
K3OS.
November 4 Alpha Kilo N4 AK.
KB4 PSI.
Okay, so far we got Dave, WA4LLR, Steve, N4LQ, and I had a double here, but I think I sorted it out. We got Buddy, WB4ARK, and John, KZ4B. We have Brian, KN4R, Cliff, WB4NKL, Doug, W4DCS, Gary, K3OS, Glenn, N4AK, And I have forgotten your name, and I don't have it somewhere written down on my cheat sheet. KB4PFI. So that's the first batch here. Anybody else? Got you, George? Anybody else? Okay, after PFI, we got George K4GDN. So here's our order. Make note who you follow and who you're going to turn it over to. So we got LLR, LQ, ARK, 4 Bravo, 4 Romeo, NKL, DCS, OS, AK, PFI, and GDN. Let's see, and back to me. Let's see. I'm kind of running late here. I barely made it to the net here, and I'm in the garage here. Normally I would have been on the Heathkit tribes, but I'm on the SX100 and DX100 Bravo because we've got visitors in the house and they're still asleep. So I'm out here with the bugs. It's raining. It's been raining since yesterday. I haven't been out and checked the rain gauge. I don't think it's let up at all, from heavy to light, all for well over 24 hours now. So maybe I get my pond filled back up a little bit here. So let's get started with the group, and WA4LLR in the group. W4MEC.
All righty, Charlie. W4MEC. And the old friends, WA4LLR, good morning to everybody. We've got 40 degrees, light rain. We've had about 1 3/4 inches all told. And looks like we're going to get some more showers this morning. And then chance for heavier rain tomorrow. So I'm not going to fuss because it has been powder dry and we definitely needed it. And thank God it's not coming down in torrents. It's been a nice light to moderate, steady kind of rain, and nothing that would wash anything away. So thankful for that. And boy, I tell you, praying for those folks down in Jamaica and eastern Cuba. Let's see what else is going on here. Running the Babcock and the RME 69 again this morning. So that's pretty much what's going on in eastern jungles, Bianchi County. So we'll send it down to the city of Pleasant Living. N4LQ, WA4LLR.
WA4LLR, N4LQ. Yeah, I just kind of got up too, Charlie. That rain makes me want to sleep all day, I believe. Well, I'm running the AF67 Drake 2A and the AL82. It's been raining and raining and raining, but it's like Dave said, it's been a gentle rain, a soaker as they call it. And the best I can tell, without going outside, I've got this super duper flashlight. I aimed it at the rain gauge and I can see 3 inches. So we're doing good. Over to Buddy, WB4ARK, N4LQ.
LQ, WB4ARK, okay. Well, yes, it is raining here. We've got a nice bit of rain has come our way. We've got 1.52 inches overnight measured and reported. So that's fantastic. And so that's the weather conditions here. Well, it's been raining all yesterday. It started early yesterday morning and lasted all through the night. Still is raining slightly. Supposed to get more today. Well, Somebody mentioned on the net Sunday that a product known as Bakelite was like a natural element, and that's not quite correct. It's a concoction that was invented in 1909 by a chemist. It's a plastic type material, falls under that guideline, and I guess it's one of the best materials that's come along in quite some time, other than Teflon. Well, if all of you that don't keep up with baseball but know something about baseball, the World Series is in force, and we're into Game 3, as actually played last night. Well, the LA Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays are at each other's throats, and the LA Dodgers won last night in the 18th inning. That's right, the 18th. That's 2 games back to back. And a typical game goes about 3 hours plus. This lasted for 6.5 hours. It was unbelievable. Freddie Freeman hit a home run, a walk-off home run in the 18th inning to win for the Dodgers. So we're doing pretty good right now. Hopefully we can bring it to conclusion soon. Well, I guess we'll turn it over to KZ4B. This is WB4ARK.
Okay, WB4ARK and Group KZ4 Bravo. Fine business, buddy. So far, you're the strongest signal. It's closely run, and there is some QS Baker. Seems like there's a hole in the ionosphere above me, because we always have QS Baker almost, even though a lot of people don't. Que sera, sera. It's raining like crazy here, but I don't know how many inches. At the Raleigh Ham Fest last year, I bought a professional grade rain gauge, and I still haven't installed it. My bad, because it looks like we're really getting what we have been deprived of for so long. When they aerated my yard and reseeded like they do every year, they said not to cut the grass for 2 or 3 weeks, and this is the second week, so I'm expecting great results, and I get to play with the new lawnmower, so I'm not worried about needing a bush hog. This sucker will handle the grass no matter how high it is. So we have great expectations. So at this point, over to Brian. KN4R in the group, KZ4B, over.
Okay, very good, John. KZ4B and the old friends, Brian, KN4R, over in Sherrills Ford, where it's a blustery 47 degrees. It's a good day to be inside. I'm looking forward to it. And, John, I've got some QSB here, too, so we must be sharing the same ionosphere. And good luck with the grass there. Let's see. Buddy, thank you for that baseball history. Certainly sounds like some's being made last night. And anyway, everybody's sounding good this morning. I'm on the GRC9 here, running about 60 watts. And anyway, looking forward to a nice day inside. And I think there's like a classic exchange coming up next week. I think it's like November 2nd, 3rd, 3rd, 4th, and you can use any classic rig you want to on any mode, I think. But might try to participate with some of that. So anyway, over to you, WB4NKL and the old friends. This is KN4R.
KN4R, it's WB4NKL. Okay, Brian. I'm running the BC610 here today with a 2A Drake receiver. Thought I'd try something a little different. Hadn't had this on the air in a month or so. 48 degrees, and we got about 1.5 inches total rain out of this event, and they're saying it's supposed to quit around 9 a.m. this morning. So I spent the day in the shop yesterday, but today I might get to venture back out again. Good morning to Tommy, KB4PSI. I don't know which rig you're running over here, but it sounds good too, Tommy. So coming in good up here into limestone. So send it on around. Go ahead, Doug. W4DCS, WB4NKL.
Okay, Cliff. WB4NKL in the group, W4DCS. Winston-Salem. We've got about 47 degrees here, and it's raining down. We've only got 1 inch, though. So I was surprised to hear Steve say you got 3. But I guess it just hadn't made it up this far north, so. But it's coming down right now, so. And it's going to be a soaker, like has been said, and we need it. So, anyways, the rigs sound good. Dave the Babcock, that's an awesome sounding setup. And everybody coming in good. Yeah, I'm sure you'll get some good growth on the grass there, John, with all this rain. I also had the aerating and seeding done, and I should have mowed it before this rain came in, because this is getting awful tall out there, but looking good. So, anyways, where are we going here? Gary, K3OS, W4DCS.
Okay, Doug, thank you. W4DCS, K3OS. Morning, everybody. It's just as gloomy here in Hickory as it is everywhere else, so not a whole heck of a lot I can add to that. Of course, we do need it, and we'll take what we can get. I had the lawn got seeded and aerated, I don't know, about 3 weeks ago. Grass seems to be doing real well where it was put in. I needed a lot of fill in the back here. We had a lot of wash. And that seemed to be the guy who did it for me didn't do it the typical way. Didn't plug it and then just overseed. He had a gadget that literally slit the ground and deposited seed a little bit below the surface. You know, in like a rake fashion. But anyway, it was a slitter, like a multiple stroke slitter. Let me tell you, man, that sucker planted grass, and it has come up like crazy rather than just putting overseed on the top. So I'm really happy with that one. So let me pass it around, and let's see, over to Glenn, N4AK. I'm running the Gonset twins this morning. Barefoot, N4AK, K3OS, go ahead.
Okay, K3OS, Gary and the group, November 4, Alpha Kilo. Well, it's 49 degrees over here in Sunset, South Carolina, and it's light rain. Looks like it's been raining all night. Buddy, thanks for the update on the World Series. I was kind of out of it. Didn't even realize it was going on. I did hear a week ago when the Blue Jays were going to be in the World Series. I believe this may be my first time working with Tommy over in Greenville, Tennessee. And Tommy, nice to meet you. My handle here is Glenn. I'm in Sunset, South Carolina. That's west of Greenville, about an hour. And right outside of the town of Pickens by about 15 minutes. So we're kind of cheating today. We're on an FTDX10 SB200, about 100 watts here. But the band is very quiet here. I've experienced no QSB, and George copying you very well, so the band's in good condition. KB4 PSI, Tommy, Greenville, Tennessee, N4AK.
N4AK, Sunset, South Carolina, KB4 PSI. Well, Glenn, it's good to meet up with you and all the other guys in here this morning. I've checked in before, but it's been a while. So I'm running an ICOM 756 Pro 3 into an old Drake L4B amplifier and in-fed antenna. So all you guys got real good signals in Greenville here today. But it's good to hook up here with everybody. Dave, the Babcock really sounds good there this morning. Steve, it's good to hear you. I haven't talked to you in a while down in Shelby, and I've been wondering about how you're doing, and I guess we haven't been on the same frequency, I guess. But anyway, I'll turn it on around to George, K4 GDN, in the group, KB4 PSI.
KB4 PSI in the group, K4 GDN, and we're copying everybody pretty well here this morning. We're running the Radius 2 barefoot into the butternut vertical to a Syntec 238 tuner, receiving on an HQ 145X. And it's been raining here pretty much steadily, but it's not been very hard. But it's still coming down a little bit. It's supposed to clear up later on today and then tomorrow, and then be clear pretty much through the weekend. And we'll be coming up to Spartanburg, coming through Spartanburg the end of this week. And we're also going to come back, we're going to Maggie Valley, but then we'll be coming back, and we'll be in town for the luncheon on Thursday next week. Be bringing several things to sell. I've got an NC300. This is one that Glenn did 4AK with you several years ago. I've also got a HQ110A. And Charlie, I'll bring the the 342 along. If you're interested, bring some 6146s. I'm in dire need of some. I've got 6-inch service and no spares. The Babcock BMW 5100, the BMW 5100 cleaned me out. It has 4 in it. And everybody's coming in here good. There's a little bit of QSC, but like I say, I'm getting everybody good on the critical antenna. So with that, Charlie, I'll pass it back to you. W4 MEC in the group, K4 GDN.
Okay, George, K4 GDN.
And the group, W4 MEC, real good. I want to check my frequency there because everything was cold. Good go around, good copy on this end on everybody. So let me stand by. Do we have any late check-ins that would like to join us? Come now. I guess Jimmy's sleeping in too. W4 MEC and the old friends. Very good, very good. Yeah, that was me that mentioned Bakelite, and I misspoke. I meant to say mica. That was the two, quartz and mica. We were still stockpiling into the 1990s, so, and not the Bakelite. But anyway, let's see. Rain gauges. Yeah, I don't know what it is about mine, but it quit working. It's got a cumulative number. It's been on 40 inches forever. And I've gone out there, I've cleaned it, and when you operate it, it increments the rain gauge number. I forget how much every time you operate it, and it should work. All it is a pickup funnel, and it fills up a little cup that's balanced on an arm, and when the cup is full, it tips over and dumps out and increments the rain gauge. Well, it works fine, but it doesn't when you put it in the rain. I have no idea why it doesn't operate in the rain. I mean, you can just breathe heavy on that little cup and it'll move. So it's not like it's sticking or something, but I don't know why it doesn't work anymore. But it got up to 40 inches and then quit. So let's see, what else we got? Yeah, 18 innings. That sounds impressive. I wonder, I haven't been watching, I wonder if it's a pitcher's game. I mean, that was one sport I did play, and if you got a really serious pitcher on your side, there was times I wish I could have brought a lawn chair out there and just sit on the outfield and wait, because I knew I was going to be walking back in a little bit. So, but if it's a battle there, and they're hitting it, and the fielders are actually doing something other than watching, I can see where it'd wear them out. But if not, usually it's arms by the pitcher that gets worn out. So that would be interesting to see there. But anyway, well, we hope with the current group up there in Canada, we hope the LA Dodgers win out and stomp them. So anyway, all right. So let's see. Let's go around. My friends here, my relatives, my wife's nieces, one from Atlanta and one from Alaska. And the Alaskan flew down to visit, and then they went to a concert in Charlotte, a country singer, female country singer that's supposed to be really good. I forgot what the name she was, they said she was. But she's apparently one of the good country singer, on the Patsy Cline type level, and not these screamers that are faking it. So anyway, so they stopped over here, and they went up yesterday, even though it was raining. They went up in the orchards and looked and bought some stuff. And I'm waiting for them to wake up so I can have one of those apple donuts that they brought back. Anyway. And they're heading out today, heading back to Atlanta. So anyway, that's why we're in the garage shack here. So all right, here we go again with WA4LLR and the group W4MC.
All right, W4MEC and the group WA4LLR. Fine business, Charlie. Well, I hope they have a good trip. And boy, I can commiserate on the rain gauge issues. We've had a Davis weather station for years, and the rain gauge in it has given up the ghost. And I'm like you. I mean, you can take it out. You can clean the thing. It'll trip just right. And you put it back out in the rain, and it just sits there and looks stupid. The other functions work, but the rain gauge just doesn't want to cooperate in the rain. Now, I've got a standalone rain gauge that works fine. And I've got one built into a lacrosse that works fine. And you would think, based on the price difference between the Davis and the lacrosse, that the Davis would be the working one, but it's not. So there you go. Let's see here. Steve, 3 inches. Daggone, you've been the rainy spot. And buddy, you may have said, but I'm curious, is that a record? 6.5 hours and 18 innings on a game? Good Lord. And John, I'm glad you got a professional rain gauge, but those things don't work with a flip if you don't put them up. Oh man, I'm just curious as to what kind you got, if it's electronic or if it's the weather bureau type of rain gauges that's manual and you have to go read it. Brian, good morning to you. The GRC9 sounds good as always, and Cliff, the BC610 has got the peg on the wall over here. Doug, thanks for the signal report on the Babcock. Gary, the Gonzit twins sound really good, and Glenn, your current technology radio is doing a good job. And Tommy, that 756 Pro 2 with the Drake amplifier, I can hear I can hear your heart beating. It's really loud over here, and you got a bodacious amount of audio. And George, looking forward to hopefully seeing you next week at the luncheon. Today, got to go up to Barrett Inn Campground on the Parkway and see if I can get some heaters going in some of their cottages. Let's see, our space weather, sunspot count's 96, solar flux index is 121, and the K is 3.33. And on this day in 2003, one of the strongest solar flares that's been recorded, an X17, took place. and the auroras were seen down in Georgia, so it was quite a storm. A few items from this day in history. On this day in 1965, the St. Louis Archway was completed. On this day in 1949, Bruce or Caitlyn Jenner was born. On this day in 1955, Bill Gates was born. Let's see. On this day in 1886, Statue of Liberty was dedicated. On this day in 1919, Congress overrode a presidential veto and ushered in prohibition. On this day in 1962, Nikita Khrushchev ordered the withdrawal of missiles from Cuba. So that's a few things on this day in history. Here it comes, Steve, and the F-67 sounds wonderful. N4LQ, WA4LLR.
Wonderful, wonderful. WA4LLR, N4LQ. I've been up on that St. Louis Archway, and they have a underground facility underneath it, big theater, and they show a movie on how that was built, and it was built from each end toward the middle, and when they got up to the top, they had one section to put in, the last section, and it had to be done on a certain day at a certain temperature. Everything had to be just right so they could drop that in and have it fit. And that was one of the 7 wonders of the world, I tell you, to watch that. And then I took a ride on the little tramway that goes up into the arch and over and back down again. And they've got some windows up there in the top. You can look out. It stops and lets you look out the window. It's a lot of fun. And welcome, Tommy. And you're sounding good on the Pro. And yeah, I don't get on the early net because it's I'm still in bed when that thing comes on. I wish I could though. I need to change the time of that thing to like 10 o'clock or something. And buddy, I don't really know where you get your information. We got some bakelite mines up here in Shelby. You can always tell where a bakelite mine is. There's usually formica trees growing around the entrance. It's a pretty common sight. The big formica trees, they got all different colors of those things. And we see a few wild naga beast here too. So it's wild country over here in Shelby. The 3 inches of rain was over a period of, well, since Sunday night, so I guess I'm cheating a little bit. But yeah, it's I guess 36 hours or something like that since all this started. And it's just a cheap plastic thing I nailed to the deck out there, and I can see it from about 10 feet away pretty easy. So it's pretty reliable. I just go out there and after the rain and dump it out. George, anxious to see your truckload of equipment when you bring it. So over to Buddy, a WB4ARK, N4LQ.
WB4ARK. Okay, Steve. Well, I'd like to see that Formica mine. Anyhow, Dave, that's very interesting about what you said regarding the rain gauge. Ours is a standard rain gauge. It's I guess about a little over 12 inches long cylinder, about 3.5 inches in diameter, with an inner cylinder that fills up first to a total of 1 inch and measures in 0.01 inches. So how many inches of water this thing can hold. Probably 10 or so inches at least. So that takes care of the rain gauge, and it's very good that everybody's getting plenty of continuous rain, soft rain, instead of the gully washer. I'm on the 4400 modulated by a pair of 4125s, and I'm using a 310B exciter. So I haven't had this unit on in a while, but it's running a good bit of power. So anyhow, and we're receiving on the R390A. Let's see what else we had. Yes, I think that was a record. Definitely 18 innings, 6.5 hours. That's quite a long time, and it was a pitcher's duel, I guess you might say, from the 9th inning or before. Actually, the game got tied up, so the next score won the game. So when Freeman hit the home run, it was a walk-off, so to speak, run, and the game was over instantly. And so that's the way it goes. Baseball is an interesting sport, but it can be it can take you to your knees sometimes when you're watching a game, and just one little mistake by the opposing team allows a run to score, and then the game is over. So it can be bad, and I think that was one of the best games that I've seen. Well, I guess that's about it. We got a little bit of work to do around the house here to get ready for Halloween, and which is coming up on Thursday. So, and I think the rain will be out of here by then, so we'll be in good shape. Well, okay, over to KZ4B. This is WB4ARK.
WB4ARK in the group, KZ4B, fine business, buddy. That does sound like an interesting ball game, and I missed it, which is a shame. But thanks for bringing it to my attention, because maybe I can catch a rerun somehow. Shifting gears, the Babcock always sounds great, Dave. It's really got fantastic audio. Even if you're not, your signal's always strong. It may not be the very strongest, but the audio is pretty close to, if not the strongest. Really sounds good. And on that note, Mark, Glenn, N4LK, I too am a fan of the FTDX10, and your audio sounds great. I've never operated mine on AM recently, because I do not like it's paired up with a solid state amp, and I try not to use AM with solid state amps. I haven't had much luck that way. So I'm wondering what amp, because your signal's too strong to be barefoot. What, excuse me, what amp you're using with the FTDX10, but your signal just sounds great. Great audio, great strength, great everything. And Tommy, welcome. And your audio and signal sounds great too. So very, very robust. Let's see, what else was I going to comment on? Oh, the rain gauge. Buddy, your description of your manual rain gauge sounds like a description of my gauge, which I have not installed. I'm not sure what brand it is, but you describe my rain gauge perfectly. So whatever you've got, maybe I have. But it doesn't help much, as Dave said, if you don't install it. And I've got a Davis rain gauge down on the pier that's died some time back. I had it where it would go to the internet since my son had moved to Myrtle Beach. He always wanted, since he lived on Lake Norman, or he had a condo on Lake Norman, he wanted to always know what the Lake Norman weather was, and it did a good job till it didn't. And I haven't gone down there to reinvigorate it. One other comment I want to, shifting gears, I wanted to thank Steve again, N4LQ, for selling me his one of his T150s. It was in perfect electrical condition. I mean, just couldn't be better. But I decided to paint the cabinet, so I decased it, and lo and behold, very strange observation. The power transformer had 4 different layers of white thermal insulation wrapped around the transformer. Nice way to cool the transformer. You know, the thing's electrically perfect. And it also had some additional shielding, which was unnecessary and made no sense. And I'm sure Steve had nothing to do with any of this. This is must have been a previous owner. So I decided to clean up the interior and get rid of the extraneous shielding and remove the thermal insulation that was not helping the heat dissipation on the power transformer. Threw that away, and it had a 150 ohm dropping resistor. T150s, if you don't know, it's a halfway voltage doubler circuit, which to do it right really needs a choke transformer. And but it doesn't. It's just resistors and capacitors. So it needs lots of capacity. A lot more than they put in the original stock unit, which was about 40 microfarads. Well, this thing has got 200 microfarads where there used to be 40, which is fantastic. They're axial lead Cornell tubulars. I've had all kinds of trouble trying to find anything with a higher rating than 100 microfarads. So that is great news. And that's one reason it works so well. So I replaced the 150 microfarad, the 150 ohm ceramic resistor. There's several in there. Was busted. The element that was on the inside that creates the resistance value, it was intact, but it couldn't dissipate the heat. So luckily I have a parts unit, and I had a spare resistor to replace that. So I managed to clean up the whole interior of the T150. I'm talking to you on it, and the thing really cleaned up quite nicely. But my original intent was just to paint the cabinet, which I did. So anyway, thanks again for the T150, and so I've got two, and the one that I have had plus that one, and so I've got them back. So I'm sure everybody's sound asleep, so over to Brian, KN4R, KZ4B, over.
Okay, John, very good. KZ4B and the old friends. It's Brian, KN4R, Cheryl's Ford. And hello to Tommy. Sounding really good over here, Tommy. Everybody's sounding great. Gary, the Gonzit twins sound great. Glenn, your DX10 sounds good. And George, the Ranger 2 is doing a beautiful job up here barefoot, so no problem at all. And let's see, John, that was a very interesting story about the T150. I have not looked inside of mine, which was the twin of yours. We both picked them up the same day at Steve's. And I hope I don't have thermal insulation keeping the heat in on the transformer, but we'll see. But anyway, as far as Bakelite goes, I've been working on a presentation for the AWA about the SW3, which came out in 1931. One of the reasons why it was built was because Pan Am Airways was looking for a small receiver to use in airplanes. And they had tried the SW4 before, and they didn't have any luck at all. And the reason why is the coils. The coils at that time in 1930 were made out of wood filler, and they used steam press to form it, which forced a lot of water into the coil. And so the coil looked fine, but the Q varied widely. And so what happened, Steve mentioned mica. Boonton company went to mica-based Bakelite, and also they went to electric presses instead of steam presses. And that fixed the Q problem in the coils. And the SW3 was the first one to benefit from that. And National called that R39, I believe. But anyway, let's see. Beyond that, I'm not sure I've got anything else. So let's keep it moving. WB4NKL and the group, KN4R.
Yeah, KN4R, WB4NKL. Okay, Brian, I'll be looking forward to seeing your presentation on the SW3. I've got one of those I hadn't had hooked up in a while, and I've got a little FB7 that I haven't had hooked up in a while, the Super Heterodyne. Buddy, the 4400 rig sounds good. I guess that's a homebrew, and I can even hear a little fan running in the background, so it's booming in over here. As far as the rain gauges, I had an automatic, and I couldn't keep the spiders would get in and build a nest, and I'd clean it out, and next thing I know, it wasn't working, and the insects kept infiltrating it somehow. I think it was a lacrosse. I just finally just give up on it and stuck a regular gauge outside. Good deal on the Bakelite mine, Steve. I guess most of that mica, a lot of it come from over around Spruce Pine. They've even got a little suburb over there, Micaville. But I'm thinking that's probably where a lot of that mica comes from. I guess I'll make this my last one. It's quit raining here, and I'm going to venture outside for a while. So enjoyed it. Thanks for calling it, Charlie, and we'll look for everybody Thursday. Go ahead, Doug. W4DCS. It's WB4NKL.
Okay, Cliff. Well, enjoy your time outside. WB4NKL, W4DCS. Yeah, I just used the old-fashioned test tube type rain gauge, and works okay. You do have to go outside to look at it. I should get one of those super flashlights you guys were talking about, but anyway, I probably can't see that far anyway. Yeah, I had some extended family over in Jamaica. This was my daughter-in-law's family, and they were over there for a wedding Saturday. Most of them, well, the part of them that on our side of the family, the groom made it out at the last minute out of Montego Bay, but the groom, the bride, and their family and some friends are stuck there in Montego Bay, so keep them in your prayers. That storm, Cat 5, gonna hit them, and they're I guess they're on the lee side of the island, but still, I can't imagine. Hopefully, there's no kids involved. There was on our side, but like I say, they made it out. Anyway, yeah, the rigs are sounding good. I'm on the DX100. Had other comments, but I can't remember what they were. Yeah, Brian, what was that film you supplied the radios for? Across the Pacific, or something like that. That is a really good one. I really enjoyed that. So, and also your Amelia Earhart presentation was really good too. So yeah, looking forward to the next one. Good for you doing that stuff. And that's enough out of me. I'm going to say 73 on this one. Charlie, thanks for calling it. And you guys have a great day. K3OS, W4DCS.
All right, Doug. W4DCS, K3OS. Yep, good all the way around. My noise is kind of intermittent. Comes and goes, comes and goes. Can't figure that out. Well, except for, I think it's a neighbor here. Anyway, enjoying the comments this morning. Copying everybody just fine. Morning to Tommy. I don't think we've met. I'm over in, my name's Gary, and I'm over in Hickory. Actually, it's a little bit brighter here than it has been. It was yesterday. It was pretty ugly. Looking all day long, so probably just going to stay inside and do some projects today. It's a good day to do that. I'm going to bow out, say my 73s to everybody, and hope everybody has a really good week. I will not be here on Thursday, but Thursdays and Sundays are impossible for me due to scheduling. But that's okay. So Tuesday's my day. Over to Glenn, N4AK, K3OS.
Okay, Gary, K3OS in the group, November 4, Alpha Kilo. And John, I'm running the Heathkit SB200. So I run about 12 to 13 watts of AM in, and I get about 100 to 110 out. I don't load it any heavier, but so that kind of gives me equivalent of a DX100 signal. So, but everybody is great this morning. I appreciate the report. I just used a little cheap Yaesu desk mic here with it. I think it's called M70. Buddy, heads up. When we started working in the X-ray business, we had three bosses in Atlanta, Mr. Dick Arnold, Mr. Lee, and Mr. Louis Brannon. So the other day, it occurred to me, I was looking for an obit, and I didn't find it on Mr. Brannon. I remembered one thing, that he was born in 1924, and he was a Presbyterian. So 1924 means our old boss there is 101 years old. So he lived in Atlanta, so the first Presbyterian church I call Peachtree Presbyterian, the big Presbyterian church in Atlanta. And I asked if he was a member, and bingo, I hit it. Mr. Brannon is still alive, 101 years old. His wife died in 2022, Rose, and he's living in an apartment by himself in Marietta. A World War II veteran, and I never knew that. So I just thought that was so interesting. I've sent him an email, so I hope to hear from him. And Tommy, your area has a new Google map. It's a current map that was made in 2025, and I can tell you it is super. I'm looking at it, and you have a white house. You have a brick house. If you're looking at your house, you have a brick house on your right. On your left, you have a big fence between you and another guy who's got a two-story house in his back. You and the next neighbor have paved with concrete, and it shows up really yellow, your driveways going around the back of your house. You have underground power going to your house. Your house is pretty white, looks pretty new. You got swings on each end of the porch, ceiling fans on each end over the swings. You have a green roof. You have an outside lights on the left side of your house. So that's pretty amazing. See if I got that right. KB4 PSI N4 AK.
Okay, Glenn. N4 AK, KB4 PSI. Yes, sir. That's correct. I don't know if you can see my antennas or not. They're wire antennas, so I kind of doubt it. They're in the backyard. One's up about 50 feet, and the other one's up about 120 feet. Running an end-fed antenna. But yeah, Glenn, that's all right. I haven't looked at that Google site lately, so I'll have to check that out. By the way, the Heathkit sounds really good up this way. I'm running some Heathkit twins on 3885, the Apache transmitter and the Mohawk receiver. That's what I was on this morning, and seemed to do really good. So, and Sunset, I'm real familiar with. I've got some good friends in Pickens, South Carolina, which is close to you there. And we used to get down that way quite a bit, so I like that area. It's beautiful down in there. But anyway, everybody's sounding good here this morning. I'm glad to get in here and meet up with some of you guys. Some of you I'm familiar with, Steve and Dave, and Cliff. Cliff's my first cousin. So he's not too far away from me. He's in Limestone, which is probably 15 miles from me here. And I'll try to get in here a little more often now. I've got 2 rigs set up on 2 different frequencies, so that's a lot easier than trying to retune and all that. But anyway, I'll say 73, so I'm going to get on out of here. And again, good to hook up with the old friends net here this morning. So George, I'll turn it down to you, and we'll maybe catch you guys on Thursday. K4 GDN, KB4 PSI.
George, can I have it a minute in 4AK?
Go ahead.
Not only that, but Tommy has a blue Chevrolet pickup truck. It says Silver ROO or whatever, but a blue Chevrolet pickup truck. I'll tell you, the new stuff is awesome. So, K4GDN, N4AK.
Okay, N4AK, K4GDN. And we're glad the QSC is beginning to set in a little bit. That's good. It's probably affecting you more than anybody else. And everybody's coming in here really well today. I'm kind of surprised. The motor nut seems to do pretty well. A little bit there. Anyhow, like I say, I am expecting to be up there for on Thursday. We'll be bringing some equipment. And like I mentioned, Friday, we're interested in CC342, bring some 6146s, and I'm sure we can work out a plan. I've got 6 of them in service down here right now, and no spares. The BMW 60s they had a spare now. We'll run 4 of them. And like I say, everybody's coming here well, and I hope I'll be in here on Thursday. We'll be moving on Friday, coming up to Robust into the Maggie Valley. So we'll be back the following weekend time for the Old Friends Day. And we are going to be looking at a house. We'll be working with a real estate agent now, and we'll be looking at a house up there in the Spartanburg area. So with that, Charlie's coming to you. Man, 73, but I'm going to listen to the years. That's the point.
Okay, George, K4GDN in the group, W4MEC. Do we have any Uber Lake check-ins that want to say hello, goodbye? Come now. Okay, nothing heard. W4MEC and the Old Friends Net. Well, George, I don't have the 6146s you want. You want the kind that are just no Alpha or Bravo. You want the pure 6146, and I don't have any of those. I don't think I have very many Alphas. I think they're all Bravos. So anyway, all right. You got to get a Q-tip on that speaker there, buddy, because I didn't say Formica. I said Mica. So yeah, there's not too many Formica mines around, but there are mica mines. So let's see what else. I did walk out and take a look at my rain gauge. It says 3.5 inches, and it's nothing more than a plastic tube with a scale inside of it. And I did measure it, and the scale's pretty much right. So we got 3.5 inches of rain here. I was looking at the radar last night and noticing that at that time, we were basically all the way through the bad stuff, and there were only a couple of small little bands that looked like they would just get out of here real quick. So Cliff mentioned something about the rain stopping around 9 o'clock up that way, and when I walked out to the rain gauge, it was not raining. So but it's still overcast. So I think maybe the bad stuff or the continuous stuff is over with for us anyway. But I haven't looked at the weather radar this morning. So what else we got here? I had a comment, but I forgot what it was. I need to make a note for it. So anyway, we'll save it for Thursday, and well, hopefully I'll remember it by then. So we'll do a 73 round here. There's no real rush, and a couple fellows have checked out. I think Tommy checked out. Who else checked out? Buddy checked out. Where is he? I think Cliff checked out. He said he was going to head out, but after that, I'm not sure. So we'll sort it out as we go. W4LLR in the group, W4MEC.
All right, Charlie, fine business, W4MEC, WA4LLR. Well, been a good net, good signals. Enjoyed it this morning. Thanks for calling it, Charlie. And Doug will certainly continue to pray for those folks down in Jamaica. Boy, I was just watching that storm on radar. It's hardly moving at all. It's just crawling. And that is bad news. Anyway, everybody have a great day. 7-3, God bless, Lord willing. We'll catch up with you on Thursday. N4LQ, WA4LLR, 7-3.
All right, this is N4LQ. And yeah, get the Q-tips out. I did not say Formica mines. I said Formica trees. So let's get that one out of the way. I think there are some mica mines up there around Spruce Pine, but no such thing as a Formica mine. All right, I'm out of here too. It's been fun this morning, and hope everybody has a great day. and hope to see some folks down on 160 or up on the 160, whichever way it is. 8 o'clock tonight. 73 and over to Buddy WB4ARK N4LQ.
For correcting that, because I heard you. I thought I said trees. I'm not sure, but anyway, there are some mica mines in Gaston County. I think it's got one of the largest mica mines around anywhere. So he did a lot of excavating of mica during World War II over there. And let's see. Well, Charlie, yeah, you were talking about the ball game, and I think that is a record, and it definitely was a pitcher's duel from the ninth inning on, because no runs were scored until the 18th. So that was very interesting. Very interesting game. Let's see. There was another comment. Well, it was 48 degrees here, and I don't think I mentioned that. And very interesting about Louis Brennan, Glenn. Wow, 101 years old. I hope you give him my regards when you connect with him. That was if he can remember the employees that were with the company, because I was involved with the company at a pretty early age, pretty early point in the company. Not actually with the company. The company had been around since World War II, and so Mr. Lee was he lived on our street, which was a dead-end street, and he lived at the end. He built a new house down there, and was a very nice person. Well, I'm going to say 73. Thanks for calling the net, Charlie. Everybody have a great upcoming week. And over to KZ4B, WB4ARK.
Okay, WB4ARK in the group KZ4B. Buddy, I had wanted to say how great your 4400 amp or final transmitter sounds. I hope my broadcast transmitter approaches that level of performance, because it really does sound good. And Dave, if you'll give me a quick break, is your Babcock, is that the Mobile or some other variation? Break.
It is a mobile, John, I can tell you that.
Okay, very good. Thank you for that. Well, I'll say 73s. Charlie, thanks for calling the net. It was a good one. And hope everybody has fun that goes to. I'm looking forward to Lawrenceville. And hope you have a great week. And don't let the grass overwhelm you, because it may try. So, over to Brian. And Brian, you've been coming in good today. KN4R in the group, KZ4B, clear but listening.
Hey, John, very good. KZ4B in the group, KN4R. Well, very fine on all. And 73s to everybody that's already checked out. Hope everybody has a wonderful day inside in the shack today. And I looked out, and the rain is coming down pretty hard here now, so looking forward to some more. So anyway, I'll say 73s. I know Cliff headed out. I'm not sure if Doug is there or not, but I'm going to send it to Doug. And if not, Gary, you pick it up. W4DCS in the group, KN4R, 73s.
Okay, Doug's gone. K3OS, you still there? How about Glenn, N4AK?
Yeah, enjoyed it very much. Charlie, thanks very much for calling the net for us this morning. 7-3s, everybody, N4AK clear.
And George, you there? Well, I guess I can't hear George. Is George in there?
Didn't hear him, but glad to hear he's moving back to our area.
Oh, yeah, I hope we can find an affordable house up this way. All right, W4MEC and the old friends net. Thanks for everybody that checked in today. And sorry there, buddy, I thought I had walked out to look at the rain gauge. I turned up the receiver there and walked out to look at the rain gauge, and I missed Steve's comment about the formica trees. So anyway, attributed it to the wrong person. So let's see. What else? 7-3 all, so we'll see you on Thursday morning. And maybe I'll make the 164 net tonight if nothing else is... Oh, wait a minute. It's Tuesday night, so I will be trying to contact WA4EBK on 50.4. So if he's not around there, I'll transition down to 160. So y'all have a good day. Try and stay dry, and we'll see you on Thursday. W4MEC shutting down the old Fresnet. Bye-bye.